Yeah, I want to speak. I want to speak on behalf of all those who can't speak, who are denied a voice. All of my people are denied a voice now. On the 1st of August, there was a demo here. Maybe 200 people. 1st of August last year. This was on the first day of this new law. Serious Organised Crimes Act. Well, they got it right. Serious Organised Criminal Police Act, and they are criminals, and they work for them criminals, and the police attacking the people. That's what they did, attacking the people.
Were you there at the cenotaph when they arrested the lady for reading out the names?
I'll come on to that in a moment. Anne Clancy was here on the 1st of August, old age pension, lovely lady. She's died since, dragged away in handcuffs by two big thugs. Two big fascist thugs in uniform decided to cuff Grandma, eh? Isn't that nice? It's what you do, isn't it? What was her crime? She was called a serious organised criminal because she wanted to speak. That was her crime. On the 31st of July last year, she had the right to speak. On the 1st of August, the police said, from this day onwards, nobody else can speak, apart from Brian. And Brian can't have his megaphone, because he's disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace! And Brian was arrested on 9th of December last year by this silly little girl, as I called her. I was arrested for breach of the peace. What do you mean breach of the peace? I'm here to make peace. I believe in peace. And this little girl woke me up after 3 hours sleep underneath there, and I crawled under there at 5 o'clock in the morning after all the drunks and the nasty buggers. And there's a sweet girl called Maeve Evans. She was sat on a chair, freezing cold. She come along on a bicycle 2 o'clock in the morning to sit there shivering, this skinny little girl, lovely girl, so I could have a bit of sleep undisturbed. That was the idea, the theory anyway. Instead of which she's got a little police girl in her face at 8 o'clock in the morning, threatening to arrest her. I believe you are a demonstrator. If you are not gone in 5 minutes, I will arrest you. She wasn't demonstrating. Anyway, the policewoman arrested me. So, sort of. And I was front page on the Independent on the 10th of December, Human Rights Day. That was a good result, wasn't it? And inside, yes, Maya Evans was inside as well, and other beautiful people. They were lovely people if you'd have seen the inside 2 pages. My ugly mug on the front page, and inside, these heroes are standing up here. This person here, a man at Brighton, he was arrested. He has a T-shirt. It says, Bush and Blair are war criminals. And the police arrested him under the Terrorism Act. Excuse me, can you see the logic in this? The police should be asking him for more information, sir. You made an allegation, sir. Can you back it up? Oh, yes, indeed. There's all the evidence in the world. Bush and Blair are war criminals. And what does that make me? What does that make us? We live in a democracy, don't we? We have somebody called Mussolini Blair ruling our city, our country, yes? America has Bush, Hitler ruling their city. What does that make us, USA, UK? We have Hitler and Mussolini ruling, and we suffer it to be so, don't we? We suffer it. We allow it. We can go into Afghanistan, slaughter and murder. We can go into Iraq, slaughter and murder. We can go into Iran, slaughter. We can go anywhere. Are you appalled? Are you appalled? Are you horrified of what's going on? When are we going to stop it? Because the reason I'm on this pavement is I'm responsible. Am I responsible? Do I just say fuck Bush and fuck Blair? And that's my little cop-out, my little get-out? Oh no, sir. I voted for Mr. Blair. He betrayed me. So what do I do about it? When he treats my neighbour's kids like that? Have you seen what our war material depleted uranium munitions does to the babies. Have you seen? It's made of our nuclear waste. We nuke the babies. Have you seen? We've done that, folks. Do you know how long it lasts for? People say, oh, it'll be better for Iraq in the long run. Do you know the half-life of depleted uranium? 4.5 billion years. The Royal Society says that. How would I know? Am I a scientist? What would I know? But I do respect our best scientists. Beavis and Butthead, Bush and Blair, they've nuked these places until the end of time. And it's all okay, folks, because Saddam's a bastard. Well, that's all right then, isn't it? So, check it out. Check it out. We are worse than Hitler. Check it out. What we have done is worse than Hitler could ever do. He didn't have our weapons, did he? Oh, he gassed people. He was a wicked, evil bugger. We know that. My dad was one of the ones who went into Bergen-Belsen, one of the very first to go in there as their saviours. That was my dad. My dad was a sniper in the British Army. What my dad saw in Bergen-Belsen. And my dad gassed himself 20 years later. It's part of the reason I'm here. Yeah, Hitler was an evil bastard. He gassed people. Do you know what we did to Fallujah? Poison gas. Did you hear about that yet? Poison gas. Napalm Mark II. Oh, new improved version. Better. Works better than the old stuff. The old stuff was what we would call petrol, you know. Mixed with polystyrene. Nice stuff. Sort of... Hey, I'm an old bastard, I am. And little girls used to have nylon nighties when I was younger. And we stopped that because when there was a fire in the house, the nylon would stick to the skin, wouldn't it, of your poor little kiddie? So we stopped that. Well, polystyrene is intended to stick to the skin. And now it's aeroplane fuel. Far more volatile than petrol. I know this beggar here, I know his face. What's your name? I don't know you. Oh no, it was David Icke once upon a time. He looks similar. He was stood the other side of the barrier. Yeah, he was a good lad. Yeah, Napalm Mark II. Sorry? Yeah, I'm about finished, haven't I? When are we going to stop it? When? Yes, my dad was, he saw his Holocaust in Hitler's Germany. I saw my Holocaust in Pol Pot's Cambodia. But don't say Pol Pot, say USA, and say Britain as well, because we had a part to play in that. We were involved in that, you know, behind the scenes. We were.
How much longer are you going to be here, honestly?
I don't know. How much longer can I last? How much longer can these people last? I get fed, I get watered. I've sort of lost my appetite. People are starving. There's 45,000 children starving every single day in the world. Tick, 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 tick. 6,000 children dying of dirty water disease every single day. Tick, tick, tick. 50-odd thousand kids. We're talking about food and drink. We're not talking about rocket science. We're not talking about war and famine and pestilence. We're talking about food and drink. And you know, on the September the 11th, 2001, 3,000 people died as a result of a wicked crime. And on that same day, 50-odd thousand children died as a result of another wicked crime. Did we hear about that? Did it matter? It's a game, isn't it? It's all with your minds, manipulating your minds. We're told what to be interested in, who matters. Who matters? Hey, you matter. Some kid when I was in a pub having a coffee, he gives me a badge and it says, my views are important, this young man gave me. Yes, too right. And so are yours, and so are yours, and so is everybody's. We have to listen to everybody, don't we? And set everybody free to be themselves. Why am I pissed off? I'm called a loose cannon by somebody in the Stop the War to Wes Burton, who's a good American whose military fan was against the war and there's Judy Lyon and West, and they're telling them I'm a loose cannon. What's it about controlling people? Control? I want to set you free to be yourself. I'm me, you're you. We're all different, aren't we? I have my faith, I have my belief. I'm not going to piss on yours, though. I'm not going to disrespect you. And it should be the same all over, shouldn't it? Listen to each other. We all have part of the answer. We all get some things right, some things wrong, don't we? I'm here outside Parliament for the ones who can't speak. Everybody else is denied a voice now. How dare Mr. Blair do that? And the only reason I'm here, and we are here, is to be a voice from the voiceless. 4 o'clock in the morning, a young Muslim girl comes to see me, throws herself in my arms. I was one of the first to know the bombs had started falling on Baghdad. She came with her young man. She was beside herself.